Okay, Pops, we've got our run and report winner that we're going to announce in 1 second. But before we do, folks are here to watch for the market update. In just a moment, we're going to get into the Black Book report. This week's update, used car prices are going up, but stay tuned for that.
Okay.
The full giveaway is on March 1st. We're doing a live stream up to $500 in Amex gift cards. All he did was followed us on Instagram, ran a report, and he is the winner and the recipient of a 1-month free membership to YA.
That would be a $14.99 value. A $30 value. That's a $183 million value. All yours, free for this month.
All right, data from Black Book.
Yeah.
Used car prices.
Yeah.
What'd they do?
For the third week in a row, the used car wholesale prices at the Mannheim auctions and others have gone up. Go figure.
Most that they've gone up since at the beginning of the COVID pandemic.
In almost a year.
Yeah, it's the most that they've gone up. So we had in the car segment, which we'll get into the breakdown by type of vehicle in just a moment here. In the car segment, a 3.39%.
A 3.39 or a 0.39%. Almost 0.4 of a percentage increase in the car segment. What was the percentage increase in the trucks and SUVs?
It was almost
a little over.
Almost a little over.
Almost a little over 2/10. Oh my God!
I was born on the 22nd day of a month. Do you think there's a correlation here?
Yes. Yeah, that these numbers are about as mature as you are.
Both of those and the market. So when you put cars and trucks and SUVs all together, doubled in terms of the price
from
increase
from
the week before.
Up to 0.28%.
So that means that, let's just put this into context. Okay. If a vehicle's price last week, so actually go back 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago, was $1,000. It then went up $14 last week to $1,014. Then this week it went up
another $28.
Well, a little bit more than 28, like $30.
Okay,
because it's now on $1,014. But still, like, those are substantial deviations from where it was just 2 weeks ago.
Almost as substantially deviated as your septum and my septum.
They're very deviated.
Yes. The Shefska is the home of the deviated septums.
So then, Dad, when we break it out by type of vehicle,
I
mean, look at this here. This is insane what we saw.
I can look at it now because you made it giant-sized for people with old eyes. Look at the compact cars. Compact cars went up over a point in 1 week. That's, do the math. That happened for 52 weeks. My God, that would be a 52% increase in the wholesale value of compact cars.
Subcompact cars were up more than the average. Mid-sized cars were up more than the average. We saw the decline, the only decline out of the whole segment, near luxury. So that would be your Acuras, essentially, of the world. I'm not taking shots at Acura. I'm just saying.
No, because the Acura describe themselves as near luxury.
Who describes them? I personally identify as near luxury.
Yeah, I personally identify as almost handsome.
No, but I mean, those would be your Genesises.
You could be ruggedly handsome.
Your Acuras. I guess maybe Volvos in there too.
Yeah, I guess.
But whatever. I mean, it's like those types of brands. It's not your BMW.
Maybe even an Audi.
Maybe.
Although Audi would think of themselves as a luxury car.
But we saw the gains in those vehicles a little bit less, but prestige luxury a little bit more. Okay, and then we also saw what was surprising me, that sporty cars only went up about 1/10 of a point. I thought it'd be more. I really, really thought, because we're moving into the springtime.
Well, it might have something to do with the fact that they have no electricity in Texas, and half of the country's buried under snow and ice. That I think more than anything could impact sporting cars.
And you think that'll probably change as we get into March and April?
Yeah, unless you paint flexible flyer on the roof of one of those sporty cars and everybody thinks suddenly it's a sled.
Yeah, exactly. Now, what about in the trucks and SUVs? We saw some big gains in some key segments there as well. See what I did there? I teed you up.
You did tee me up, almost like my caddy. Subcompact crossovers went up almost 0.75 of a point.
The good old Buick Encore.
Yeah, there's nothing more subcompact crossover than that.
The Chevy Trax.
That and maybe the HVR and the HRV
HRV,
and the I don't know.
Oh, I guess Mazda makes like a CX-3 now.
A CX-3 and a CX-30 and a.
Oh yeah, they do make it. Yeah.
Yeah, my
but those
God.
went up considerably.
Yeah.
This is like the polar opposite of what we've seen during like the entire year that we've done this. Though.
Yeah,
like subcompact has traditionally been what's like plummeting to the center of the earth.
Well, it is if it's a subcompact luxury crossover.
That's true. That's true.
That's down almost a third of a point.
Which is not trivial when everything's moving in the opposite direction.
Yes.
So I guess those are like your Mercedes GLC 300s or whatever the heck they are. Your BMW X1s, which, but that's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
Audi Q3, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, throw me another.
Porsche Macan? That's not subcompact. That's the tiniest one they make, but
yeah, that's not subcompact.
I think I got them.
Okay.
I guess maybe Chevy has one too. Or something
okay,
like that. But those saw substantial declines as well. And then our dear friends, the small pickups, those were up substantially, almost half a point.
Yeah.
So your Rangers, your Frontiers, your Sierras,
even your full-size pickups
your Canyons
were up almost a third of a point.
Yep. So we're seeing the changes there are not too surprising.
It's what's surprising is if the amount of increase doesn't go up higher next week.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be surprising.
Yes, because this is all still being driven. If you're just joining us for one of these episodes, the global microchip shortage is affecting the automotive industry, as it's affecting a lot of other industries as well. But automotive in particular is getting hard hit. We have Ford, we have GM, we've got VW, we've got Stellantis, we've got every manufacturer,
Mazda, Honda, Toyota, and then on top of the chip situation, there was a what was that thing called? An earthquake in Japan.
There was the earthquake in Japan, then there was the cold weather here in the United States.
Everything have all impacted manufacturing.
Exactly. And so as we've seen that happen, like it's been impossible to keep lots full, which also starts to implicate, so Black Book has the used retail days to turn, which is kind of interesting because they say it here, days to turn has been increasing since November and is approaching a historic average level. So it's kind of interesting like where it's been traditionally. Like days to turn, Dad, speaks to how long it takes for a piece of inventory to move.
And the high point was back in, I guess, probably the beginnings of the pandemic.
So it looks like it was
52 days.
Yeah, it looks like that was in April, May, June. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And then the supply dropped down to like 34 days, and it's back up to right around 40-day supply.
But we're starting to see it kind of trickle back down just a little bit, which makes sense because
we're heading into the
more people are buying cars.
Spring selling season.
And there's less supply.
Perhaps, just between you and me, perhaps they should move Groundhog Day to either the 1st of February or the 3rd. And because, having that groundhog see his shadow on the 2nd, that's been bad for the country.
Very bad for the country. Yeah. So what implications does this have? One of the other things I'll mention is that at the auctions, the sales rate has been increasing week over week. So when you have this chart that you're seeing in front of you, 61% of vehicles that went across the lane were sold versus a couple weeks ago. It was only like 2 months ago that we were at half of the vehicles going across the lane were being sold. So more vehicles are being sold.
Yes, of course, that was the end of December.
Certainly.
Yes.
But I guess the point being here is that people who need to buy used cars, and by people I mean big corporations that need to buy used cars.
They're buying them now.
And so if you are selling, we are at the beginning of what we think is a seller's market for used cars. If you were in my position, like I was back in September, when you could sell a car and then just use your dad's, that's the best situation to be in. And I mean it genuinely. If you can sell your car over the next month or two and then not need to buy another one.
Yes, just send me an email. I'll see if I can add you to the insurance policy.
That was well done.
Yeah.
But genuinely, it's a seller's market.
Yeah.
Carvana, Vroom, Shift, even AutoNation, Penske, all these companies that are now just getting in the used space. Their whole business model is predicated on
used cars
and having them to sell.
Yep.
Seller's market.
I'll buy that.
Yeah. So there's your weekly update.
I appreciate that.
Did you learn something new?
I did.
What was our winner's name? Don't look at it.
Okie dokie. Okie from Skokie. I don't know.
Link down below to enter the Runner Report to Win contest. March 1st is when we're doing the live stream to announce all the winners. Merch, Amex gift cards. Maybe we'll even like dance.
Doubtful.
Doubtful.